So to start off today's video, I have an important question for you, and I want you to answer this right now before we continue on. What does the term Lego investing mean to you? Now, Lego investing in Lego is something we've been hearing a lot about in the past couple of years. As the Lego brand has become such a more common household name, lots and lots of people are jumping on the Lego bandwagon, especially when it comes to investing in sets that retire. Now, to me, investing for all intents and purposes means you're putting money upfront into something with the hope of getting a return at some point that is greater than your initial investment. So Lego investing means buying a set right now or buying a set at some point and then hopefully planning to have that set at a point in the future where it is currently worth more than your initial investment. There's tons and tons of articles about how Lego appreciates better than anything else. It's worth more than gold, whatever that may be. But everyone has their own strategy for investing in just anything in the world, and Lego is certainly a great option. It's how I've funded a lot of stuff here on the channel. Now, full disclaimer, this video is not investment advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. I cannot predict the market or where it will be. I'm simply telling you guys my thoughts. It's up to you what you want to do with this knowledge. Now, there are different types of investing in Lego. There are different types of things. For example, I consider Lego investing different from scalping or flipping or reselling. My definition of those three is more sort of short-term flips. If you're, for example, buying the DeLorean that came out and selling it same day on eBay on release day, I consider that flipping or reselling, which is definitely different, at least in terms of morality, compared to Lego investing. Now, for me personally, I'm definitely more of a Lego investor. However, it's more low-key. I don't really spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on sets with the intention to sell. It's just sort of something, if I find a good deal, I'll put money up front. If I think it's gonna do well after retirement, I'll definitely put some money towards that because I know that funds my hobby. So I think a lot of you guys are probably in that same boat, whether you know it or not. If you're not even buying sets with the intention of it being an investment, every single set that you have will most likely appreciate as long as you keep it in a good condition. Lego sets, for the most part, always do well after retirement. Now, that depends on the variety and the degree of it doing well, and obviously if you invested in things like Lego Movie 2 or Video or anything like that, that's a flop. Obviously, rest in peace, but that is not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about the 501st Clone Legion Trooper set. Now, this is a massively, massively desired set, as some of you may know. It came out in 2020 in August for $29.99 here in the US. Prices obviously vary depending on where you are at in the world. Now, there was a huge community-driven campaign behind this set to make it possible. I'm not going to talk about that today because it's a pretty long story, but the top link in the description and this card right here will take you to that video if you want to learn more about how this set came to be. Now, specifically about this set today, I want to talk about why this is probably one of the best investments you can make in yourself. And to be entirely clear, when I use the term investments in today's video, that does not necessarily mean buying it now to sell it later. What I mean by investments is you're buying something now to have it appreciate and add more equity to whatever it is you own. So whether it be, yes, you buying it now and selling it later, or buying it now and just keeping it in your collection knowing it's worth more than you bought, or buying it now and opening it in 5 years, you still know that the value of the contents of the set are more expensive. So again, when I talk about investments and I say that word, it doesn't necessarily mean selling. So I've seen a lot of people talking about the overstock of this set in particular, which is definitely true to some degree. At least here in the US, you walk into Target, Walmart, it's currently available on Lego Shop at Home. So there is definitely an abundance of this set to the point where I would say it's definitely overstocked in some places. However, depending on where you are in the world, especially if you're in Aussie land or New Zealand land, this is impossible to find. In fact, this is near impossible, to the point where sets there are selling for way over market, and sets here in the US are selling for exactly retail or even less because there are so many. So I'm in a Facebook group for Lego investing. I don't participate, I just sort of look and see what's going on. And I've saw some people saying that this set will not do well in the aftermarket. Now, obviously I can't disprove that because we're not there, and obviously I cannot disprove them because this is hypothetical. But a big part of a lot of people's arguments was that there's such an overabundance of this set that it will not sell for anything substantial in the aftermarket after it retires. Now let's talk about that really fast. Basic Economics 101 is if there is an increase in supply and a decrease in demand, that supply is going to be worth a lot less because not as many people are buying it. Vice versa, if there's an increase in demand and a decrease in stock, set will be very expensive. And that's actually what we saw with this when it released. When it first got released, after the first 2 restock waves completely sold out, so many people wanted to buy it. It was selling for $50, $60, $70. And again, increase in demand with a low quantity of supply means this set will be worth more. We're gonna actually make a metaphor to make this a little easier to understand. I'm actually gonna be bringing in something a little different here. sneakers. Now, some of you may know I've been pretty investing into sneakers, not investing to sell, but just investing in my own collection of sneakers for the past year or so. Now, for those of you who do not know sneakers, bear with me. I'm going to explain this in a super simple way. This right here is what's called the Air Jordan 1 Dark Mocha. The Jordan 1 is a really famous silhouette of sneakers, and the Dark Mocha is overall just a beautiful color. It's objectively received by the sneaker community as a good shoe, and what that means is that the majority of people who are involved in the sneaker community like this shoe. Now, in the sneaker community, there is a term that we use to describe a shoe that's never been worn, never been used, never been tried on, and that term is called dead stock. Now, for all intents and purposes, a dead stock shoe is going to be very similar to a brand new sealed Lego set. Again, both are unused, unopened, never used, brand new. So this shoe released in 2020, and it retailed for about $175 or $180, and this shoe currently, new and dead stock, is worth about $550 to $600, which is a pretty crazy price jump. Now, the common theme that we see with sneakers is if they are good quality and look good on your feet and people want to wear them, there will be less of a supply of dead stock currently circulating. So let's say this shoe released with 10,000 pairs, right? So 10,000 people got their hands on these shoes. Now, the more people that want to wear the shoe, the less quantity of dead stock pairs there will be. Obviously, when you wear the shoe, that brings the value down. When you open the box and wear it and try it on, that brings the value of the shoe down. So my question to you is, what do you think happens when there is a strong demand for a shoe like this, but the amount of new, unworn, sealed, dead stock pairs goes down, price goes up? And I think that's something very similar to what we're going to be seeing with the 501st Battlepack. Now, granted, a disclaimer, shoes and Lego sets are very different. Shoes only usually come out once, maybe twice ever, and then they're done. Lego Star Wars sets, Lego sets in general, are usually available. But in terms of how they both do after retirement, if you will say, I think there's some similarities we can definitely talk about. The reason I bring the shoe in and bring that metaphor and talk about dead stock is because I think there's going to be something very similar that we see with the 501st Battlepack. Now, the key to finding a good Lego set to invest in, a good set that's going to be high priced in the aftermarket, is the contents of the set opened and built must be incredibly high to the point where it's desirable. And what I mean by that is, look at Lego modulars. Lego modulars always do fantastic in the aftermarket because there are so many AFOLs, so many city builders, so many collectors who want every single modular. So for them, it's gonna be really valuable to open the set and build it. And as you open more sets, there are less amount of sets that are still sealed, that are still new. And that's exactly what we're gonna see here, because people right now who are buying this, a lot of them are opening these sets, and while there is a huge supply of them, over time, as more and more people open the set because the contents are so desirable, again, 501st minifigures, jetpack troopers, the regular 501st, the ATRT, the battle droids, all the pieces are very desirable to almost everyone here in the Lego Star Wars community. So what I foresee is that after the set retires, yes, it's probably going to be about 1 or 2 years before you see a significant price jump in the sealed battle pack. But because the contents of this battle pack are so desired, more and more people are going to be opening them, which therefore will increase the price and lower the amount available of sealed battle packs. So again, just to make it hopefully a little more clear, what we have here are two products that are very sought after, maybe one a little bit more available than the other, but after each of them retire, as more people wear the shoes and use them, as more people are opening the battle packs and using the minifigures and building the armies or the mocks or the whatever it is, the value of a brand new version of both of these products will go up over time. And it might not be instant, it might not be a short amount of time, but it will happen. And that is exactly what I think is going to happen with the 501st Battle Pack. Yes, there are a lot out there. Yes, people have a bunch. I mean, I have over 1,200 of the 501st Troopers. There are a lot of people with giant armies and giant stockpiles of this set. But the thing you have to consider with battle packs is that people find a lot of use for the minifigures, and the contents inside of it is desirable. Again, when people open it, there are less amount of them sealed, and the value of that sealed set will go up. So I hope that video made sense. I try to make this as condensed as possible, and I realize I might have rambled on a little bit too much. I'll try to edit it in post, but I hope you guys sort of understood what I was trying to say. And again, this is my thoughts. This is my opinion. I don't exactly know what's going to happen, but I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's going to be worth it to pick up a couple of these before it retires. Again, even if it's not just to resell, even if it's just to have in your collection, to have it appreciate in value, whatever it is. But I don't want to see you guys messing up on this, because I don't think we're ever really going to get something like this with the 501st for a pretty long time. And I would hate to see a lot of you guys miss out and have to pay absurd prices in the aftermarket. So definitely give it some thought. I urge you guys to do your own research and see what you guys think and maybe compare prices of other battle packs. But that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought of it. If you want to see more videos like this, I do have a couple other sets I want to talk about with you guys just to make sure we're all on the same page. So if you want to see more videos like this, drop a like down below and comment as well. End of the day, I hope that the shoe comparison didn't confuse you guys, but I feel like there's a lot of similarities that we see here for sure. So let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you later. Take it easy. Peace.